And we're live.
Boy, live from the dirty, dank news vault. This is some dark shit. You're gonna have to pull up the white flag when you're done. When you're like, I've had enough, I'm gonna have nightmares. Reality is horrific in some places.
Absolutely melt my brain.
I'm not laughing because I think this is good. Just clearing that up. These are all horrific. We don't like them. So there's that. Just gonna preface that. My laughter is because it's awkward and uncomfortable.
You gotta give me that that early 2010s viewer discretion is advised. Fucking Spike TV shit.
Oh my god. Okay, so I feel like we should start with the David Dobrik Dirty Dom thing. Because we're going to segue right after that.
All right.
So,
let's dive into it.
Do you want to sum it up? Very loosely.
Yeah, I mean, from what I've seen, it's basically just like he's been unhinged for so long and he's been living in his own reality where I think he said it best in one of his like podcast clips. He was like, I don't ask for consent. I ask for forgiveness later. And that kind of sums up his entire career on YouTube.
Red flag 1.
Yeah. That's like, if there's anything that we have come to terms with as a society is that consent is necessary. And the way that like he just gassed himself to everybody, recorded it, uploaded it, him saying that he doesn't really give a fuck about consent. So he's basically like, he dug his own grave. And I'm glad
in
that 30-second clip.
That also brings up the fact that the way he was pranking his friends, and you could tell they were just like so uncomfortable. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh my god. So I'm assuming you saw the video that he uploaded onto youtube.com where he basically asked like 5 girls or something like, hey, do you want to be a part of my vlog? Do you want to be in a video or whatever? They're like, oh my god, you're famous. Yes. And there's like 5 of them. And I think they're all over the age of 18, but under the age of 21. Mm-hmm. And there's 5 vloggers at the house. I think one of them was our one of the people we're into now, Trisha, something from
Trisha Paytas.
Yeah. So I think she was there, but she had nothing to do with it, from what I understand. Like she's fine. So I bring the 5 girls over, and then someone goes and gets alcohol. I think it was like Jack Daniels or something, and I don't know if they said like, no, we don't want it or whatever, but somebody went and got it anyways. And they start like, the Dom guy is like coercing one of the girls in particular to drink. He's like, get it, girl. She's like, I'm not thirsty or something, but like she does anyways because she's trying not to make it too awkward. He has like multiple attempts to like kiss her, and like he's trying to hook up with her. Clearly, it's very clear. Mm-hmm. And I forgot the whole preface. I think the preface of the video was going to be like, I'm going to see if I can have a threesome or like 5-some with these girls or something like that. And I think he was like, like, you know, like, I'm a frat guy. I'm going to do this. I'm going to close. So at some point, the girl he's been interested this whole time is shit-faced. We're talking, she can hardly stand up. Okay. So he brings her to the bedroom and she's like, you know, I'm not going without my best friend or something like that. So her friend goes with her. But, like, she said no multiple times. And then the friend was like, well, I'll go. And she was like, okay, I'll go if my friend goes. So they're in the room, and the main girl, she lays on the bed or something like that. And he starts, like, kissing her or whatever. And then they don't have sex, but, yeah. So then she starts passing out. Like, she's starting to go unconscious on the bed. And so the friend goes, and at that same time, he's, like trying to get her to fuck. And then the friend, she's like, it's very clear that my friend is not going to do it. She's really uncomfortable. This is going to be something it's not if I don't step in. So she finishes him off, I think with a handy, I'm just assuming. And then the Dom guy leaves. And then she and the other girls come in, and they lift the girl and bring her to the bathroom to continue to start puking. and she falls asleep or passes out while she's puking, like leaning over the toilet, and then she's peeing on the toilet. She passes out. Like, she's a mess, like hot ass mess. And it's, again, not her fault, not trying to make it seem like this is bad. Like, well, whatever. Anyways, so then they have to carry her. It just
solidifies her case.
Oh my God. So they have to literally fucking carry her friends, 5 friends. And by the way, everyone's still present at this, like, little apartment thing. Like, everyone's there. They're all witnessing this. So they take her to the car, whoever's driving her away, and they had to, like, I mean, like, she couldn't even walk, bro. So that was, like, how ridiculous this was. And then there's the end of the video that they get Dom posted this, and at the end of the video, it's basically David Dobrik, like, hysterics, laughing so hard, and he's like, "Oh my God, haha, we're gonna end up in jail," and then that's like the end of the video.
That joke at the very end was like the darkest thing I've ever heard on YouTube. Like, I was just like, whoa, like, they can try to justify that joke however they want. I think David's kind of on the road to no return. Like, there's nothing that he can say or do to, you know, redeem him for his sins. But the way that joke hit, just that nugget of fucking cringe, like that nope gland in my brain, I was just like, yeah, this is bad. This is sketch.
That's like Purge shit, right? Like stuff they do on the Purge. Like,
yeah,
just the laugh and then like what they did, and
like manic laughter after literally committing a crime. That's so fucked up. I mean, like, I'm laughing. It's just like I can't believe that happened. It's also recorded and posted on YouTube. I mean, it's deleted now, re-uploaded elsewhere, but still, that's just insane. And people love it. I mean, people were, like, subscribed to it before this whole movement where women were speaking up about these, like, shitty YouTubers and shitty content creators, or just men in general. Previous to this movement, people were subscribed and probably laughed at that joke and were just like, you know, and these girls just didn't get justice for that long. And they're like, wow, this really shitty thing happened. I bet you, to kind of go off on a little tangent, when I personally am at parties and I'm not feeling it, I'm feeling kind of socially awkward, or like, it's just like the vibe of the party is friction. Like, I just can't get down with it. There's something weird. There's somebody like trying to talk to me. I drink more. So if the more fucked up I am, the more socially not okay mentally I am most of the time. I mean, like, if I'm hanging out with really good friends, I get blacked just because, you know, friendly peer pressure among us, consensual peer pressure. But most times if I'm at a party and it's with people I don't really know, and especially if it's somebody you look up to, like David Dobrik, or like somebody that has that power dynamic, like, of course they're going to get shit-faced so they can feel as okay as they can, and it kind of just like white out those red flags in their mind. You know, that's how I was picking up, like, why she was so blocked. It's not that, like, you know, I mean, you're also young, so you're going to have a lack of
flashback to being 20
threshold. But I think it's just solely because she was probably feeling really weird about it in the beginning, because there was already those red flags with fucking Dom is so weird and pushy and not a good dude. So I think that's probably why the drinking accelerated to that level, to where she was blacked as fuck.
Oh, totally. And then, like, to your point, like, and two, like, you know, I've been to parties and stuff where you're with your girlfriends or whatever, and you're just like, oh my God, haha, this is older guy's house or whatever. Like, I feel like you kind of end up, like, I don't know, you kind of do what your friends do, but they're kind of doing what you're doing, but you're more likely to say yes. So it's like, oh my God, do you want one? Oh my God. And if you don't want one, like a drink or something, and the girl's like, well, I don't know. It's like it's all going to round up to yes, because it's awkward. Because it's like, if you say like, no, I'm not really feeling like it, but like 10 other people here, it's like, you just kind of, it's just weird. You don't want to break the harmony of it, especially when you're trying to get on some like million bazillion subscriber vlog. Like, You're gonna do what you can do to keep the harmony involved.
Yeah.
So then David's demonetized. I don't know. I think it's his whole channel.
That's always such a weird thing to hear when somebody's demonetized. It's like,
well, is he a broke bitch or not? Like, because that doesn't, like...
I guess I didn't look into it as much as I should have, but, like, when somebody's demonetized, does YouTube say, like, we're not giving him any more money?
They don't advertise
do they come out and say it?
I don't think.
It's so weird because it's always like somebody just knows. They're like, yep, he's demonetized now. His channels are not receiving... Is it because they just don't see ads on his videos now? Or...
It might say it below the video. Like, I mean, that one got removed, so I'd have to look at Fuckface's YouTube, but I don't watch him. He's not
Dude, you know what's so wild? Is that, like, I never watched David Dobrik either. Like, I couldn't tell you anything he's ever done.
Yeah.
I always thought that he was, like, a discount Mr. Beast. Maybe, like, a hybrid between, like, Mr. Beast and like, Jake Paul. Like...
Oh, yeah.
Kind of psycho, but then also, like, philanthropist, where they're, like, giving away cars and shit. I thought that was just kind of like a hybrid, weird, offshot. Mm-hmm. But, yeah, I can't even tell you, so I wouldn't even know.
So, yeah, I'm pretty sure Dom's everything is demonetized. David Dobrik... Dom, I'm pretty sure his is. I'm pretty sure.
Oh, yeah.
The other guy, David Dobrik, at least some of his videos, or I think some got demonetized, but I don't know about all of them. They had to have lost all their sponsors. I mean, do you want to be associated with that?
Dude, he lost his...
That's a no for me.
He lost literally the app he created, or whatever, Dispo.
Yes.
Like, his own app. He lost his own app.
I just opened a link to that. I don't even know what Dispo is. It's like a photography one or some shit.
You've got to fuck up so hard to lose something that, like, you started and created. He also had, like, a hand in starting or sponsoring or creating some women's, I think it was, like, soccer team. Wow, my my shoddy fucking notes right now. And, like, they're like, oh, we don't associate with them anymore. Like, we're our own entity. And, like, it's just everybody's coming out and being like, peace.
I just want to take a really... I can't believe this. Okay, so I just want to take a quote from the apology video that David Dobrik put out. Was that, like, days ago, right? A couple days ago, yesterday? I don't know.
Yeah, this all happens so fast. There's so much.
Yeah, well,
kind of feels like a year ago, but I'm pretty sure it was. Yeah.
Okay, so
wait, are you talking about the one that was shuffled away on that, like, third hand channel that he had? Wait, it was like called like View or Vibe or something with Jason Nash and his, like, podcasty kind of channel. He put that one apology out first.
The one where he's on the ground crying. He's, like, on the ground.
Okay, that's the real. That's like the like apology for the apology video. Yeah.
So I just want to, given the background of the situation, we're all up to speed. Mm-hmm. And I quote the guy who's hysterically laughing afterward. He's like, haha, we're going to go to jail. He says, consent is something that is super, super important to me. So I just think we should give that a good pregnant pause. Because I'm inspired, I think. Yeah, I feel so awkward. Anyways, I'm going to move on because I feel uncomfortable just quoting.
Yeah. I think
this is so fucked up.
People just say whatever.
I mean, I'm an example.
Does he not remember?
Shit, but, like, I feel like I try not to act like a piece of shit, but I will say things piece of shit. But my behaviors, I think, are more important.
Consent is super important to me, but I also don't ask for it, and I only ask for forgiveness after. Like, did you not, like, when you were blowing up, and you were definitely watching, and probably your social media marketing, managing, whatever team was keying you in on all the allegations, you must have known that you said that, and that was triggering a lot of people. Like, how could you just flip and be like, oh, actually, no, consent is everything, when, like, literally your entire brand was asking forgiveness after and not asking consent? Dude, this kid.
I mean, that's just, I don't know. Like, I talk a lot of shit, and I definitely exaggerate stories, and, like, everything I say is not always 100% accurate if I'm, like, fucking around, right? But I would not say that... What the fuck? The forgiveness thing. Oh, my God. I was going to say it, and I had it queued up in my brain, and then I lost it. I wouldn't say the whole, like... don't ask for consent, fuck them, and then laugh about it, and then say consent's everything. I wouldn't do that. I'm just saying. Like, trash human, but I wouldn't do that. So I'm a little above a criminal here. I also wanted to talk to you about consent, because we have some side branches here. Okay. So, because I was thinking, what state is this in? Perhaps that's relevant. It's not, because it's LA. So yeah, they should definitely know. That's all legal shit. Okay, but let's say hypothetically you live in Minnesota. If you live in Minnesota, the age of consent is 16 years old. I didn't have my period at 16 years old. I'm just going to say that, loud and proud. Didn't start till I was fucking 17. So that's probably why I'm so tall. I just kept growing until that happened. So you could be 16.
Wait, are you saying you held in your period longer, therefore it made you more powerful and taller?
Well,
I'm just trying to figure it out.
Like, dudes don't know this. Okay, so women, from what I understand, females, biological women, you grow height first. That's why girls are taller than boys at a certain point. Because once girls hit puberty, they stop growing. Traditionally. Men are typically the opposite, where once they hit puberty, they skyrocket. So it's kind of the opposite. So I just think that because I waited so long to have my period, I just grew to be 5'10". That's just the logic that I'm going with.
Yeah. I mean, I didn't even get the, like... You know how you had the sexual education classes for, like, guys and girls in elementary school? I was actually in...
Wait, you got that in elementary school?
Yeah, it was like 5th grade, I think. Or 6th grade. I think it was middle school. I think it was middle school.
Oh, okay, yeah, I got that. Now I remember. Well,
yeah.
We just saw, like, D and the P. We didn't see it, like... We just saw the parts. We don't know anything else at that point.
Oh, there was, like, a whole program. Did they just... What, they just wrote down on the whiteboard penis and vagina? They're like, all right, do with that what you will.
That's pretty much what happened. And I do remember they were trying to make it very clear that... God, what did they say? I think they said, like, the main thing they want to get across is oral sex is still sex. And I'm like, I don't see how that's relevant. All I want to do is go home and watch SpongeBob. This doesn't feel like a class I should be in because I don't give a fuck. Like, I just want to go watch cartoons and eat a lot of cereal. And I'm basically the same now.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's all we really learned.
Oh my god, fucking... Okay, so, with the sexual education classes or whatever, I never got the girl one.
What?
I learned about me, and, like, trust me, I did my own learning when I was younger, too, like everybody else. So it's like, the boy portion, I was just like, okay, turn the page. I wasn't really paying attention. But then the girl one came along... because they're like actual classes. You got like one whole period where it was some dude that would walk in from like a health department and be like, talk about it or whatever.
Wait, so I just want to understand. Okay, so you got to learn that as a dude, these are your testicles and stuff like that, and this is how you have sex, but we're going to blur out what you're having sex with. They just showed like the parts and everything, like the anatomy. Okay.
And like it was like the old ass fucking projector, and they'd be like pointing at shit.
Yes.
Show us some testicles. Be like, yep.
Wait, what did you miss out on?
Wait, what?
I'm confused. What part did you miss out on?
Oh no! So I learned like the guy shit, but like when the girl class came out, because there were 2 separate classes, because they had to split the guys and the girls up, because the girls and the guys couldn't be in the same room learning about each other, I guess. I don't know. But the girl class came along. I was in a fucking reading class because I scored 1 point less than the minimum required for like my WASL, or something, which is like the standardized test for Washington. And so I was in a reading class, so I never got to learn about like girl shit. So like I didn't know anything about like periods and like none of that. I just knew like at some point chicks would bleed as fuck between their legs, and like it was supposed to be something that like nobody talks about. And like if it happens, one thing that I learned was that like if it happens to a girl in class and they start bleeding and there's just a bunch of blood between her legs, you don't say anything.
You don't see
because it was like socially unacceptable to like not say anything. So I was always a little on edge because I was always preparing myself for the image of me seeing some chick bleeding as fuck between her legs in the middle of class and she's like running out. That was like a little fear in the back of my mind, but that's all that I knew about girls for a long time.
So you're basically conflicted between see something, don't say something, and see something, say something. And so you're caught in this trap and you're hoping you never get caught in it, right?
Mm-hmm. And I was confused because I never got that fucking class because I was stuck in a reading class.
God, that's tragic.
But yeah, so with the period shit, like I don't know, I just knew girls are tall and they also bleed. That's all that I really knew.
I thought I was gonna be a dude. Like I was like, nothing's happening. My little sister had a period. Everyone in my family had periods, like, or hormones and shit. And I'm like, nope.
Yo, you're just like looking and you're like.
I asked my mom, I was like, Mom, am I a dude? Am I going to grow a dick? And she was like, we'll take you to the doctor or something. But I was a late bloomer. And I'm like, I mean, I'm almost 18. I don't know how late this could potentially go. Their internet like wasn't really popping with that kind of insight back then. So
oh no,
I just was winging it. But I wasn't really that upset. Like I was a little bit like, I don't know, like I had this friend and she like, you know, used tampons and shit, and you know, I always felt like, oh, she's like, I go to the bathroom, she's wearing a tampon or whatever, and I was like, oh, okay, I'll go with you because that's what you do. And I was like, what am I gonna do in here? I guess, I mean, I don't need to do anything.
You're like,
that was pretty much it. It was just me thinking about all the things I don't need. Yeah, so glad we cleared that up. Okay, so in Minnesota, if you are 16, you can pretty much fuck any age. I'm pretty sure. That's kind of what it looked like. Like if you're 22, it's fine. If you're 23, it's fine. It doesn't matter. So that's Minnesota. And they've got some better, and by that I mean worse laws. So, okay, let's say hypothetical. You're in Minnesota, and you are 13 years old. Just hypothetically, 13. What are you doing at 13? I was watching, what is it? Was it Cancun's Spring Break? Was that MTV shit? Oh my god, dude, my short-term memory is trash today.
I don't even...
Sucker Free Sunday on MTV. I was just watching a bunch of shit that was for my older brothers. And I was watching a lot of Maury and Sally Jesse Raphael. That's what I was doing at 13. Let's say you're 13 and you're talking to somebody on AOL or something in a chat room, and they're like 23, 10 years older. But you tell them, you're like, no, but like I'm 16, like I'm old. If you guys fuck or do whatever you want to do, if that person who's 23, like to what they call reasonable belief that you were 16, they're fine. Like it's not, you're good.
So why wouldn't like every pedophile just say that?
Well, in Minnesota, you totally can. I don't know about other states. I tried to find info on other states based on some of these laws, but I couldn't get much for some reason. I think it was how I was Googling it, but I tried all the obvious ways and it wasn't working. So I'm like, this is just fucking ridiculous. And so, yeah. That's
I think
the
it's
situation.
so strange that it's like once you hit... So, Minnesota, for example, once you hit that 16-year-old threshold, it's just like... legal sex unlocked for all. I think that's so strange. Like, how is it you hit a certain age, the 365th day of that year that you were born, you're just allowed to fuck a 40-year-old? Like, well, how is there no like
and there's no
limits
science
where there's
to
like
back it. There's
like
nothing.
If you're 16, you've unlocked up to 18 or something. You know what I mean? Like, I think 16 is way too fucking young, but I'm just saying, like, if it's gonna be that way for Minnesota, like, why is it there's decades in between there that it could be legal somehow.
You have a great point. Well, because I was thinking, okay, maybe they're assuming by 13 you have periods or something. And it's like, oh, well, clearly I'm case in point. 13 doesn't mean shit. And then here's the other thing is, like, 18, because there's a lot of, like, law things that happen at 18 years old. Like that starts to make more sense. In 16, I guess if you're emancipated, but they should just say, like, 18 unless you're emancipated at 16. That makes more sense. But, like, bro, your brain is not done developing until your mid-20s. So 13... what in your brain is developed to want to fuck a 23-year-old? Like, I don't...
Absolutely nothing.
It's not adding up to me. So I just thought we'd, talk about how shitty this state is. And I'm just going to go ahead and bring it further and bring it back to the Vlog Squad. So there's this recent case in Minnesota. Let's see, what's today? The 30th? Okay, so this got posted on the Washington Post on March 26th. Okay, so we're in Minnesota, 20-year-old woman. Let's say I'm 20. I go to a bar. It's in Podunk Town. And I have 5 shots over the course of how many hours, I don't know. And I take a prescription pill. We're not going to get any more specifics than that because we don't fucking know. It could be anything. It could be an Addy. It could be a Zoloft. It could be prescription.
Zyrtec.
It could be Zyrtec. It could be anything. So we don't fucking know. Yeah. So there's that. And so, let's see here. I guess this all went down a few days ago, but this happened in May of 2017. So let's keep that in mind. A guy invited her and a friend to a party. She says, okay, sweet. Okay. And then by the time she got there, they find out there's no party. It's the party of the 3 of them. Okay. She blacks out and she wakes up on a couch and the guy is sexually assaulting her. So, okay. Okay, here's the thing. Because she voluntarily decided to get intoxicated, consent doesn't matter. So you could gang rape somebody if they wanted to get intoxicated beforehand, willingly. You can rape them after.
So if you're just drinking with somebody else legally, it's not rape.
Nope. Because you're not mentally incapacitated in that state. Mentally incapacitated in Minnesota state means like maybe you're under anesthetics after a surgery, or I don't know. I think prescription stuff like painkillers and stuff would count because it's prescribed to you. Or if you're involuntarily intoxicated, so somebody fucks you up. But I think that's pretty much it. So if you voluntarily
you're voluntarily intoxicated.
You're giving consent to being drunk, which also means consent to being fucked. That's how that works.
You're like, I'm getting fucked up, so that means now anybody can fuck me.
Uh-huh.
What the fuck is Minnesota? Dude, let's fucking cancel Minnesota. I'm so down.
Yep. So this guy who did this, what was his name? Let's just throw him under the bus. Francois, but it looks like it's spelled wrong. It's like weird. Momalu Khalil, whatever. So I believe he was 24 or something. So it says, cannot be found guilty of rape because the woman got drunk voluntarily beforehand. So that decision was overturned since, and what has happened since? Let's see here. I think they agreed unanimously 6-0, like the second time they went through the court case, that he needs to be retried. And I think he's actually still behind bars now because of what he did. Let's see. Man. Yeah, what? I just thought that was so inspiring.
How are we like?
Oh, and also she told him she didn't want to have sex. That's a very clear. Like she told him she didn't want to.
We're here, coming over, Mayflower style, colonizing. Okay, hundreds of fucking years ago, and we're still doing this shit. Like, there's still just no justice for these people. It's just like, how are we, like, socially still fucking, like, brain dead on this shit?
Thank you. I have no fucking idea. And this led me down a rabbit hole of other fucked up things and court cases. I'm only going to give you two because the first one is horrific enough to want to just, like,
unalive myself.
Watch Disney for the rest of the day.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's just continue with fucked up rules. Okay, so there's a woman in Maryland, in Montgomery County. I can't even talk. Montgomery County. So this came out, I think, like a day ago. Like, this is, like, real recent. So this is a chick. She's 28 years old. She had a daughter who's 3 years old. Has a daughter who's 3 years old. So the chick who's 28, daughter who's 3. I believe they live with her dad. So he, has a resident or something like that. At some point, what's the 27th? What date is that? Okay, so Saturday morning, the dad comes home, whatever, fucking sees blood on the carpet somewhere, just like, I don't know if it's drops or something like that. He's like, what the fuck? And he goes to the bedroom, and he sees the woman in bed, his daughter, and she is not dead, but she's, like, close to it. So she had taken scissors to her neck. It was survived. And then when the cops got there, they lifted up the blanket. The daughter in the same situation with the same scissors as she's, like, holding her. So it was like a...
Oh, the baby?
To me, the kid, 3-year-old. Mm-hmm. Kid lived, mom lived. Yep. And so...
Holy shit.
Yeah, that, like, just happened. And so we don't... Like, they're alive right now. I think they're going to be okay. But, like, even just looking at her... What is it? Her... Not like a mugshot, but, like, picture they took of her. It looks like she's in hospital clothes. She looks fucked up. Like, she looks like she's got some kind of mental illness going on. Like, you have to. Like, when you do something like that... Like, bro, what's going on? Like, It has to be something nuts going on. So that happened. And then, okay, so this isn't, I don't think this next one is technically new. Where the fuck is it? Okay, here we go. This is just something that, so this happened in January. So then, I'm on a, I guess, kick of moms with scissors. Okay, so January 11th. This is so bad, I swear. It's going to get more positive. We'll do a serial mukbang soon, and it'll all be good again.
Yes, please.
Okay, so this is a mother of 3. So she's got 3 kids. Let's see, wait, did she have 3 already or 2? Okay, so I think she had, I don't fucking know, 2 or 3 already kids. No, 2, yes, 2, because one was 7, one was 4. And then she gets pregnant unexpectedly. She did not want the baby. I don't know why she didn't have abortion, but I think from the get-go, she's like, I don't want this. I can't afford it. We can't fucking do this. She lived with her mom as well. So she's 30 years old. And what country are we in here? I think we're in the Ukraine. I think this is Ukraine. Where the fuck is this? Yes, Ukraine. So southern Ukraine, okay?
Okay.
So she's pregnant, becomes pregnant, full term, 9 months with that big belly. And then in the middle of the night, she's like, I guess here we go. She goes out on her patio, her little deck, like apartment deck, gives birth, and then goes to cut the umbilical with, like, eyebrow scissors, like little scissors, like, like little ones. Cuts that. She literally gives birth on her fucking deck in the middle of the night. Who knows what the weather's like in Ukraine this time of year? I think it's colder than here. I'm just guessing. And then she, and she's just premeditated. She makes the baby not breathe anymore with that device. Just being really gentle here. 22 times. With hand over the face. Just saying. And then bags it and tags it. Takes it outside, tosses it in the garbage, goes right back home.
Is it not legal in Ukraine to get an abortion?
That's the only thing I could think of. But I would think it'd be perfectly acceptable there because of some of, like, the socioeconomic unrest that I think is, like, I don't know if it's rampant there, but I know there's a lot of, like, women's rights are real slim there.
it's also like the 21st century. Like there's got to be like pills on Amazon to like stop a baby from growing in you or something, or just eat a bunch of like fucking like apricot kernels with a bunch of cyanide in it, and just like basically toxic your body so your baby stops growing or whatever.
I mean, that's
I think
even
there's got to be something in her brain that she's like, I'm gonna wait till this baby's fully baked to like do something terrible.
And she admitted to all of this. Like, she's like, yeah, I did it because I couldn't afford it. That's point blank. Probably deadpan. Just completely, just totally chill. Okay, so
shit.
Here's a little bit of follow-up since it's been a few months. So, okay, the kid thing, the bag, throws it in the dumpster. Some chick who I think also lives in the complex just kind of sees her doing the thing and goes and looks, and they're like, oh my God, this is a body. Oh my God, oh my God. So she goes to court, and let's see here. Where the fuck is it? Okay, so because she took into account, like, she admitted her guilt, they softened their decision. And I think I don't know why I'm not seeing this. Like, where the fuck? Dude, I hate ads. I think she only got 2 years. Like 2 years in jail, and that's it. And then she's like, good to go.
Wow.
Yeah, I thought it said. Okay, maybe I'm missing it. But yeah, so she only got 2 years of jail. And she's good to go because she was honest. So that'll tell you, folks.
Well, good for her. Honesty is just the, if you're sorry, it speaks volumes.
I'm just gonna say
it totally. It's the ultimate way to atone for terrible fucking crimes and behavior.
Dude, she looks like she would kill a baby. I'm just gonna say that. Like, this is so fucked up. But like, if someone's gonna do it, it's like fake eyebrows that are very thin and very long, and they really climb up high. It's a very Eastern European vibe.
Nightmare fuel.
Oh my God, she looks like she has no feelings. Bro. Anyway, so that was insightful. So Minnesota sucks, and stay away from scissors. And dude, the little scissors, like the little baby scissors, like
wait, so are small. That was in Ukraine, right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, I thought this was in Minnesota again. I was about to be like,
oh yeah, fuck. No, I just think
fuck Minnesota. Okay.
Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and delete out of those so the government doesn't think I'm a total piece of shit.
Yeah, clear history.
Dude,
clear cookies.
I think Minnesota's canceled with that, like, you can fuck at 13 thing.
Dude, honestly, like, this life is canceled. There's so much fucked up shit. Being in quarantine and, like, waiting for your job to call you back in and them never doing it has sent me into this spiral of, like, really diving into the internet in a way where you just see how fucked up the society we live in is. I don't want to be like the fucking Joker, like, society, fucking whatever. It's just, it's real. Like, that shit, like, yeah, it's really painful to hear, but at the same time, I feel like that's happened before. That exact thing with the scissors and the baby. I feel like she's not the first person to do that.
I will definitely agree. Yeah.
Not that it's not shocking, and not that, like, I didn't think you would say that. Mm-hmm. Find that story. I'm just saying it's like, man, I don't know what humans got going on with this evolution thing, but we should try to, like, tweak it to make it so people don't evolve in that way. But
well, that's why I read that book on sociopaths and treatment that actually works and treatments that don't work. And then I'm currently reading a book on schizophrenia, because schizophrenia is a very bizarre one. Like, they don't know that much about it. And so if you're a schizophrenic and you go through these, like, psychosis type episodes, like, you believe everything that comes to your mind is, like, reality. Like, so you could get, oh, that's a funny idea. What if I da-da-da-da? They take that and they run with it. They're like, oh my, it's like a very intense, like, that idea is brilliant. I need to do it right now. Like, it's like very much that. And I don't know. Okay, so I'm reading this book. It's like real. It's like a kind of like a memoir cross with like studies of schizophrenia. And like, so it's this family of, it's a family, parents stay together, same parents, all the kids, and there's like 12 kids, okay? This is in like the 1940s, 1950s. I think 5 or 6 of the kids have schizophrenia. Like that's fucking aggressive in this family. And so they were used to do a bunch of studies and stuff. And I'm only like 2/3 of the way through, but in every single one of the boys' like breaks or whatever that is, they are like completely naked, just like standing somewhere. Like that's usually how they, like in their family, that's kind of how they, okay, something's off here. Like he's just fucking standing naked preaching the Bible like in the front yard. Like it's just very fucking weird.
Oh.
Very fucking
I was about
weird.
to be like, I mean, I stand naked around my apartment all the time. So like,
oh yeah, but like with all your siblings home, and you're just like,
oh, well, I mean, I guess I didn't
stare.
think about all of the.
It's fucking
also,
weird.
they're doing some weird God shit, which obviously that is like, it's always preaching the Bible. Like, there's never anybody that actually has some like solid point that they're trying to make while they're like referencing the Bible.
One of the, okay, sorry, not reference the Bible. One of the kids, okay, so the other, I think a couple of them, it was the whole churchy thing. They were like, oh, Illuminati and Jesus and da-da-da-da-da. This one guy, he's like, well, I actually think that maybe my brothers are fucked up in the head because they were so like oppressed with like churchy expectations or some shit. And he's like, well, I'm going to break out of that. I'm going to go find a commune and hang out for a while, start to investigate what it's like living like free of all that stuff. That's where he starts having his break. So then he starts to believe like wholeheartedly, like I need to be free and not held down by the government or anyone else. Otherwise, fucking something horrible is going to happen. So he goes nuts in that regard. So, yeah, a lot of different angles to it. I don't know, schizophrenia is something I can't conceptualize. Like, I don't know, I just feel really bad for anybody who has it. Because it's just like the treatments are not great. And even with sociopathic people, like people who have the ASPD, the antisocial personality disorder, like serial killers and stuff. And again, they're not all, I get it, but there are some and it's notable and memorable. But like treatment for them is possible. Like they've shown some really positive results from like specific types of CBT and not just like therapy. Like I can go to therapy, I'll fix your antisocial problems. But like you should go to a treatment center probably. But there are treatment centers as alternatives to jail time for fucking up when you have ASPD where they can actually help you and make you less likely to reoffend. Like dramatically.
Yeah, we're all for that though.
Okay, so since we have one positive note, I figured you could watch the Lil Nas X video right now.
Yeah. I'll probably just watch it all the way through and
it's not that long.
And then like play the video without the audio on the video so we don't, it's not like we have to worry about copyright strike. We're not fucking 10 subscribers. I'll probably just watch it on my... I mean...
I'm kidding. Do whatever you want.
10 subs, I'll just do it on my phone. Yeah, I haven't seen it yet.
Okay.
I don't know why I haven't.
Dude, it's beautiful. It's amazing.
Can you still hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I'm about to play it.
Get in there.
And go. Jesus, this fucking animation right now. Oh my god. God, I love that look for him. It's like the...
Oh my god, I can't decide which look I like the most, honestly. his photo shoots are unreal.
Uh-huh. Why don't we look like this as a society? Like, I want to be glowing and bedazzled and, like...
Permanent eyeliner? Yeah.
Yeah. I'm so fucking plain. God, I'm so in love with that like opalescent sheen. He's like suspended in the sky. God. Oh, hell yeah. Dude, I wish I could be this bad. Like, no fucking way. Oh, the studded shorts too.
Dude, I can't.
It's so Seattle. Like, why am I not doing this?
Oh my God, I'm obsessed. The red hair looks really, really, really good on him.
Mm-hmm.
This seems like a movie. I want to see this movie.
Oh yeah. This is like the trailer. You know what? If I'm going to hell, I am definitely fucking Satan. Like, straight up.
Dude, who wouldn't even try? Like, you have to try. Like, you can't do it. You're already dead.
All right. Wow. So powerful. Okay. That's good.
Dude,
I liked it.
Loved that video. So many people were hating. Okay, I want to say hating on it, but this is a very, I don't know how many, because it could have just been like a select few and everyone coming to the rescue. Mm-hmm. But, oh my God. Like,
how
dude,
though?
You're killing it. Like, that was amazing.
I definitely had the preconceived idea of like the video with all of the Christians calling him out and like politicians or whatever. I don't know. That shit got so blown out of proportion.
Oh my God. And just making it seem like he's a Satanist and shit. Like, well, you're reaching. This is for entertainment and him expressing himself. Like,
it's like, bro,
this has nothing to do with you.
He was in hell for like maybe 15 seconds.
And he took over, so...
And he just...
That's kind of a power move.
Yeah.
That's like the ultimate power move, honestly.
If anything, he's doing what Jesus didn't, and that's killing Satan.
I feel like that was like a really passive-aggressive, like... I'm just saying, like, you could have done a little bit more. Like, I'm just saying.
I mean, what is Jesus doing?
You're perfect.
You know, like, what is Jesus doing better than Lil Nas X? And I couldn't name one thing. Because Lil Nas, up in the clouds, absolutely slaying it. Opalescent, sexy as fuck. Like, yo, I'm about to go down and wreck shit. Completely owns hell. Like, I mean, if Satan's like the ultimate evil and he just like snaps his neck, he fucks him. Oh, I mean, he like, you know, lap dance, then snaps his neck. Like, come on. That's a huge power play. Also, like, Jesus, you owe me. You know, like, I honestly, like, jokes aside, I don't understand why Christians are mad at that video. Like, I really honestly don't.
Devin, you're not getting it. They want a pristine, like, I think they want the Bible to be real in real time, like, so desperately that they're willing to trash anything that, like, I think, like, this might be bad, but, like, I feel like people that are really heavily, like, Christian, like, Southern Christian, like, deep Christian, not the ones that are like, I'm here for the faith because life is fucked up and this gives me hope. Yeah. I don't mean like that. I mean, some people, like, there's just...
Like, Bible
I don't want to say Ted Cruz. But I just think that some people like that might want this fantasy of this weird, like, Christian part of the Bible or some shit. I think they want it to be real, and they want to see Jesus walk, like, on water in real time. So anybody who, like, makes it, like, I don't know, blocks that from ever happening, or, like, something doesn't align with their fantasy narrative, that they're just like, like, they're just like,
oh, so it's like
canceled.
He,
like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, he's like turning it into a fantasy, essentially. So, like, being in heaven and then going to hell and just killing Satan just like that. It's like it's almost, it's, yeah.
Like, they'd be like, Satan couldn't do that. He's the devil. He's so strong. Like,
yeah, you like, haven't been there. Taking away the devil's power from the Christian word or whatever. I could see that. Oh. So, like...
yeah, so they're like, well, that's not fair. We don't want gay people to, you know, have success in art and, like, tell their own story however they want to tell it. We want you to go to hell and not take over. Yeah, it's very bizarre. That's just kind of what I'm getting from it, just looking at some of the sick, insane replies. But, like, who cares about them? Because everybody in the whole world comes to support him, Lil Nas, so...
yeah.
I thought it was a fucking killer video. Like, okay, just the one thing, and let him thinking the whole thing, I was like, okay, he's got the talons in some parts where he's got the really long nails, and then he goes to a short manicure, and he goes long, and he goes short. And I understand, like, duh, you can change on set your nails or whatever, but, like, there's so many. He has so many different nail styles, and I don't even think about nails that much. It's just in this video, I'm like, well, now they're long. Love that. And now they're short, and I love that. And how long did this take you? Like, it takes me so long to get my nails on one fucking color. I just think
there's a lot of production value in that. Like, everything from the set design to the fits were all perfect.
Oh my god. I just want to... maybe I should take another pole dancing class. That was so fun.
Yeah.
You haven't done it, right?
I haven't.
Oh my god, we should. There's one by my house, like, down the street.
Really?
Apparently, I think my cousin... yeah, well, I say apparently. Like, she definitely goes to that one. She's like, probably, like, really good, though, because she's been going for, like, years now. Yeah. She's probably, like, really good, and I'll go in there, like, hey, and then slip and fall on my fucking face. Like,
I was serious about it. I really wanted to do it. When I first moved up here, I'm like, I'm 21. I'm going to take some pole dancing classes. I'm going to start, like, making some money with my body. Like, that was, like, first step. And then Starbucks took over my life.
We should do it then. I mean, it's way easier than you think. I'm not saying I could do all the shit that fancy pole dancers do, but, like, just the basics. Like, I was thinking, like, oh, there's no way I'm able to do anything. Like, I'm tall, so I weigh more, and, like, I had upper body strength at the time, but not lower body strength. And I was like, dude, this is gonna be embarrassing. But, like, it's actually fun. It doesn't feel embarrassing.
Yeah.
Totally down. 10 out of 10.
I'm 100% down. I think if you're embarrassed about it, it's like you're also upset at this video. You know, it's like the same energy. It's like, okay, just get on the fucking pole, Karen. Like, you know you want to.
Just down the White Claw. No, Karens don't drink that. They drink wine, right?
No, we don't want a sloppy bitch on the pole. We want a bitch that knows how to work. Like,
we want to be hydrated.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my god. So, you know how my little room right here, like, I don't know if you know this, like, I overlook, like, some greenbelt. I'm pointing like you can see it. And there's just fucking woods back there, and I can see some fucking kids fucking around in there. I never see anyone in there. Never. There's an owl once, and that was it. That was fucking kids fucking around.
Like, pretty much daily, I see a bald eagle behind my house.
What?
Because there's a little
That's
forest.
America.
There's a little.
It's America.
I know, America. Fuck yeah. There's a forest right behind our place, and I'll just wake up and it's just like huge ass fucking bald eagle, screen wipes, perches at the little tree right next to our bed, and I just watch its magnificence, and I'm like, wow, does this mean something? You know? Does this mean
seems like it does.
Today's gonna be less shitty? Am I gonna, you know?
The home of the brave.
Animals have meaning, right? They have, like, well, obviously they have meaning. Animals mean something, right? Don't they have like Native American kind of folklore, or like not folklore? That's like definitely not the words I want. they have like meaning in like the roots of our country, right? So like a bald eagle means something, a salmon means something, a snake means something.
Oh yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
It's like especially if one is like your totem, like represents stuff.
Yeah,
like bears are like love and family and forgiveness, I think, and I'm just basing that off of the movie Brother Bear, which is one of my favorite Disney movies. So I mean, I have degrees in symbolism.
Yeah, so. Symbolism.
That is a straight lie. That is not me lying about consent. That's me lying about a degree I don't have. So let's clarify the difference. This big difference.
Yeah, I need to know the symbolism to a bald eagle because I've seen one almost every week since this New Year started. So,
dude, I feel like there's a lot of bald eagles this year. I don't know if it's because I'm like fucking bored as fuck and like see them because I go on walks a lot, but I do see them like a lot. And I'm like, oh look, hey, it's Bob. Like, you know, the other bald eagle. There's a lot of them.
Yeah, they're. I think they're thriving right now.
I thought as an adult I was going to see more coyotes. I really did. I was like, I'm prepared to see coyotes. I'm going to think about it. I'm not going to leave like food on top of my car. Why would I? But you know, I think about those things and I want a coyote to get it.
Yeah. I haven't seen a single
I've ever seen one.
Coyote in my entire life.
I don't think I have either.
I'm pretty sure they don't exist and it's just like the dog down the road that sounds a little more wild than the rest. And they're like, that's the coyotes. They come.
It's just a folklore so that you don't go to your friend's house.
You know what? My parents would say that. They'd be like, hey, or my parents, my friend's parents, we lived next to like wetlands, a forest or whatever. And we heard coyotes and they'd be like, yeah, you need to come in at a certain time before dusk, before coyotes come out.
Before dusk.
And you'd like hear them yipping and we'd be like, we need to get the fuck out of here. But none of us ever saw them. Like... Conspiracy.
Dude. Fuck coyotes. I've never seen one. They probably look like hyenas. I imagine them looking like hyenas. Like they're just kind of, they have scoliosis or humpback and no tail. And they really like to fuck up Simba and his dad. Dude, what are these kids doing out here? I just want to like throw something at them.
Damn.
Sorry, I fucked around in the woods when I was young. I don't know why I'm like, hey, don't do what I did. This isn't the good old days.
You're not allowed. You have TikTok and shit now. You don't need the woods.
Yeah. Get your life together.
All right.
God, what was I going to say? I guess that's pretty much it. Dylan's students, they're finding out he has a TikTok. He let it slip today.
Oh, man.
On accident. He was like, shit, like foot in mouth. And I was like, dude, you're fucked. I knew they were going to find you. I knew it.
It's that, I don't know what it is, but when I make things online, I don't want anybody I know to find it. I could have like I'm the same way. A million followers that are just complete strangers, but when it's like my friends or my mom or whatever, it's just like, oh.
Yes, and you know why? It's because I'm just projecting. I think that it's because... I think a lot of people feel that way, and I think it's because they trust the feedback more from a stranger because they have no conceived notion of who the fuck you are.
Yeah.
So they can't be like, oh, well, that's dumb, or oh, that's not you, or la 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 la. They're just like, oh, this thing you did, or posted on Twitter, or whatever, like, I like it or hate it.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing to do with who you are. And you're like, thanks, ma'am. Keep it separate.
Yeah.
I get it.
Maybe it's because I like internet me more than like IRL me. So like when I'm like posting shit on the internet, I can like be me, and then when you know me IRL, I'm like fucking deadbeat. Like not really. I mean, I'm not. I'm not.
You're a deadbeat. That was a leap.
I feel like I'm just like a little more underwhelming than I want to be. Like IRL, like I could give a fuck about trying to be entertaining or trying to be what I want to be. I don't try to be anything IRL, but then like online, I have to make it a good TikTok. I have to re-record it. or I have to leave it the first take because the first take is more chaotic and like not funny, but it's funny internally to me because it's not funny. You know, like there's just more creative freedom with that. Except IRL, you're just like, what you see is what you get.
That's interesting that you feel that way. It's very interesting, actually, because I feel the exact opposite. 100%. I don't post on social media or anything because I don't think it'll... It's not that I think I'm so awesome and my internet me is dog shit, which we're both dog shit, but me and internet me. But it's like, I feel like I say some fucking hilarious bangers sometimes and it's just me by myself. Like, no one else is there. Or like Dylan will hear it and we'll like... laugh really hard for something like legitimately fucking hilarious, and and you just can't re-record that shit. It's not possible.
No.
And then I go in front of people, and I'll like, I don't know, it's just not the same. I don't know. It's hard to explain. I just think internet me is never gonna like match the shit that I think about in my head all day. Mm. It doesn't translate well for me. I think I need to work on that. I don't know.
Just have like a GoPro.
That's all I got.
One of those, like, first, third-person GoPros just on your face all the time.
Fuck, with my luck, the battery wouldn't charge.
Yeah.
Or, I don't know,
dead-ass
something bad
cameras.
would happen. Or I just wouldn't be funny that day. I don't know.
Let's not get existential now.
Let's keep it present day.
We already talked about,
around in the woods.
like, dead babies and shit, so
yeah, you know what, let's stay positive. Let's switch dude, this is where I'm at. Let's flip the script. That was very hard to say. And just think about all the bald eagles we've seen. How positive that is. That's good omens.
Bald eagles aren't even fucking bald, so there's that. They're not even fucking bald. I feel weird saying I saw a bald eagle, because I didn't see a bald eagle. I saw an eagle with a lot of feathers and fur. It was fully furred and feathered.
They really aren't bald. They shouldn't call them that. They don't even look bald from far away. They look like they have like a hat on. I
would be like absolutely
weird.
Terrified if I saw bald birds flying around. So... that would be an omen.
I'd be like, how did you survive with the sun? Like, you'd get a sunburn up top.
Oh, God. Yeah.
You poor guy. Okay.
All right.
I think this is, this really sums up our long break.
Real kicker.